Chosen one, this is your moment. You didn't stumble across this message by accident. It found you because it was meant to, right here, right now. Something deep inside you has been stirring, something sacred. Maybe the world tried to silence it. Maybe life buried it beneath fear, failure, or distraction. But it never left. It's still there, your gift, your calling, your divine spark waiting to be awakened. Before you were born, God placed something extraordinary within you. Not just talent, not just potential purpose. You were never meant to blend in, you were meant to rise. That's why you've always felt different, misunderstood, like you didn't belong. Because truthfully, you don't. You were never made to fit in, you were made to stand out, to lead, to break patterns and shift atmospheres. Your soul has been crying out for a sign. This is it. This won't land for everyone. But if something in you is vibrating with truth as you hear this, then this is for you right now. Romans 11:29 says, "For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable." That means what He put in you, no one can take away. Not your past, not your mistakes, not even your doubts. But here's the truth. Most chosen ones never step into their calling. Why? Because fear got louder than faith. Because the noise of the world drowned out the whisper of God. Because the pain made them forget the promise. Not you. You're here because your spirit is waking up. You can feel the shift, the power, the truth. That thing you've always sensed, that you were born for something greater, that's real. It's not your imagination, it's your identity trying to break through. But understand this, the moment you begin to walk in your power, resistance will come. The world will try harder to pull you back. Fear will rise, distractions will multiply. The enemy doesn't panic when you're asleep, he panics when you start to wake up. But hear me clearly, those voices of doubt are lies. You are not too late. You are not too broken, you are not too small. You are chosen, you are marked, you are rising, and you are not rising alone. God is awakening many in this hour. You're part of a larger move. So now, as you step forward into this divine role, I invite you to declare your readiness. Type Amen in the comments below as a sign of your acceptance, a bold statement that you are ready to step into your God-given purpose. And stay with me until the end, because we're going to close with a powerful prayer that will ignite something unstoppable in your spirit, and by the time we finish, you'll know exactly how to begin activating what's in you today. Let's begin. You've heard the call, you've felt the stirring, but here's what you must understand next. Your divine gift is not something you need to chase. It's not out there in the world, hiding in a job, a title, or someone else's approval. It's already in you. It always has been. From the beginning, you were set apart, but the world taught you to doubt what came naturally. Society shaped you to seek outside validation instead of trusting what was placed within. That's why so many people miss their calling. They're searching everywhere but inside. But you're starting to remember. And once you fully awaken to who you are, everything changes. This isn't just about talent, it's about divine design. Your gift is not random, it's a direct line to your purpose. It's your tool for transformation. It's what makes your presence powerful, your words healing, your vision sharp. It's why you feel more, sense more, know more than those around you. That sensitivity, that depth, that differentness you've always carried, it's not a flaw, it's the fingerprint of your assignment. The gift God gave you is sacred. And like Moses with a stutter who still led a nation, or David with a sling who defeated a giant, you've been equipped with exactly what you need. But here's the truth. Gifts don't activate themselves. Awareness without action changes nothing. Those who rise are not the most talented, they're the most obedient. They move, they trust, they respond to the nudge before the plan is clear. They stop shrinking, they stop waiting for permission. They stop letting fear dictate their future. Because faith isn't comfortable, purpose isn't passive, and your gift, it was never meant to collect dust. It was meant to break chains. Think back to your childhood. What lit you up? What felt effortless? What did you do before anyone told you who you should be? That wasn't fantasy. That was your soul in its purest form. The spark was real, but over time, it was buried beneath. Be realistic, tone it down, fit in. But buried is not broken, hidden is not gone, and now your spirit is rising to the surface again. You've probably felt it already through sudden dreams, flashes of inspiration, unexplainable urges to create, speak, lead, build, love. These aren't random, they're signals. Echoes from the part of you that never forgot who you were called to be. And once you say yes, once you start walking in alignment, everything shifts. The heaviness lifts, the confusion fades. Life begins to flow with divine rhythm. The right people show up, doors open, opportunities align, not because life suddenly got easier, but because you did. Because now, you're moving with God. But don't mistake this for being about you alone. Your gift isn't just for your success. It's for service. It's for impact. It's for legacy. Chosen ones don't just live, they lead. They uplift. They awaken others. They carry light into dark places. Your talent is your spiritual weapon. It's your assignment wrapped in ability. When you use it with intention, it doesn't just bless you, it frees others. Just look at the great change makers in history, not because they fit in, but because they finally chose to stand in what made them different. And when chosen ones deny their gift, life grows heavier, the soul grows restless, depression creeps in, anxiety multiplies, not because they're weak, but because they're living in misalignment, because they've silenced the very thing that was meant to set them free. But when you embrace your gift, when you move with purpose, you become unstoppable. You don't need a title to claim it. You don't need applause or permission. You were chosen by God, not by people. And when you finally stop asking for validation from a world that was never meant to understand you, that's when your real power begins to surface. Isaiah 60:1 says, "Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you." When you awaken to your calling, everything changes: your energy, your direction, your impact. You walk into rooms and shift the atmosphere, not by trying, just by being. But here's the challenge. For many chosen ones, this truth has been buried beneath years of noise, trauma, and distraction. The world trained you to dismiss your inner knowing, to second-guess your instincts, to water yourself down so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable around your light. Yet that inner spark, the one that whispered, "There's more to life than this," never left you. If you've always felt different, if you've sensed something deeper beneath the surface of everyday life, that's not imagination, that's your soul remembering. You felt the pull toward something bigger before you could name it, before you could prove it. A yearning to live fully, not just function. These are not passing feelings, they are sacred signals. You've likely experienced intuition that defies logic, a knowing that protected you, a sense that revealed truth before it was spoken. You may walk into a space and instantly feel the energy shift. This is your spiritual gift in motion, active, alive, and sharpening with every experience. Some of you were born with the ability to uplift, to heal, to guide, without ever trying. People open up to you without knowing why. They feel safe, seen, heard. Your presence alone becomes a sanctuary. This is not coincidence. This is purpose expressing itself through you. Others have carried a lifelong urge to break away. You've never settled into the patterns of the world. The path of normal doesn't feel right in your bones. That's not rebellion, it's revelation. Your soul is pushing against confinement because it was designed to lead, to create, to expand. And yes, your path has been hard. You've faced betrayal, rejection, loss. You've asked, why me? While others seem to move through life with ease. But what if the fire you walked through wasn't punishment, but preparation? In Judges 6, Gideon didn't see himself as a warrior. He felt unworthy, insignificant. But God called him mighty, even while he was hiding. Why? Because heaven sees what's hidden, and so should you. Your battles were never meant to break you. They were shaping your capacity, refining your strength, preparing you for impact. You've been called to deeper wisdom. While the world chases distraction, you seek truth. While others hunger for status, you hunger for purpose. You've always asked bigger questions, longed for spiritual understanding, searched for meaning beyond the surface. That thirst is sacred. Proverbs 2-6 reminds us, "For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding." Your desire for truth is not a detour, it's direction. All these signs, the sensitivity, the insight, the struggles, the hunger for more, they are not random. They are proof that your gift has been with you all along. You are not broken, you are not late. You are not lost. You are awakening. And when you begin to live from that place, from your gift, your essence, your divine core, everything shifts. Because now, you're no longer playing small to survive. You're standing tall to fulfill. Let the world say what it will. Let doubt try to whisper. But remember, your gift was not given to you by man, and it cannot be taken away by man. It is time to see yourself clearly. The power you've been searching for was never out there. It was always in you. And as your awareness deepens, another truth begins to surface, one that explains so much of what you've carried quietly inside for years. You've always felt a little out of place, like you were speaking a language the world around you didn't quite understand. While others seemed content with the surface, you longed for depth. While they followed the crowd, you questioned the path. It's not because there's something wrong with you, it's because you're built for something higher. Your difference is divine. That sense of being other, of never quite fitting in, is a sign not of brokenness but of calling. You are not here to blend in, you are here to shift the atmosphere. Your hidden talent sets you apart. It makes you a pioneer in a world that fears awakened souls. Even in your darkest moments, something has kept you going, a force beyond understanding, that quiet whisper, that unexplainable sign, that one dream that wouldn't let go. Those moments weren't coincidence, they were confirmation. Psalm 139:16 says, "All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Your life is not random, neither is your gift. You've experienced bursts of inspiration, clarity, ideas that seemed to come from nowhere, moments when wisdom flowed through you as if from another realm, dreams that felt more like messages than imagination. That's not fantasy, that's alignment. Your mind and spirit are open channels for divine intelligence, and when you begin to walk in purpose, those moments of brilliance intensify. You've also carried a strength that defies explanation. Even when life knocked you down, something inside you refused to stay broken. That resilience, that unshakable spirit is not just survival. It's proof that you're wired for more. But here's the challenge. If this gift is so powerful, why haven't you fully stepped into it yet? Because from the very start, the world has tried to make you forget. Systems built on control taught you to doubt yourself. Society told you to be realistic, to shrink, to conform. And little by little, you began to believe the lie that your power was too much, your ideas too strange, your dreams too big. That lie has a name: conditioning. And its most dangerous form is self-doubt. It tells chosen ones to wait, to ask for permission, to second-guess the very thing God already placed inside them. But Romans 12:2 reminds us, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." The world doesn't fear noise. It fears clarity. It fears purpose. It fears the one who no longer seeks approval because they know who they are. Once you see your gift for what it is, a divine assignment, nothing can make you unseen again. Still, fear tries to linger. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being misunderstood. These are the shadows that haunt chosen ones. Many hide their gifts because they know standing out invites resistance. And they're right, the world is rarely kind to those who rise. But your purpose is greater than public opinion. Let them talk, let them doubt. Their voices don't get to decide your future. You were not given this gift to gain approval. You were given it to make impact. Another trap is perfectionism, the belief that you must have everything figured out before you begin, that you must be polished, flawless, ready. But that's not how divine purpose works. Your gift isn't activated in stillness, it grows in motion. You don't perfect the gift and then use it. You use the gift and then it becomes powerful. Moses didn't wait to stop stuttering before speaking to Pharaoh. Esther didn't wait until she felt brave to approach the king. They stepped forward in fear and found their strength in obedience. So must you. But there's something else, something deeper, that often blocks chosen ones from stepping fully into their calling: pain. For many, the road has been marked by betrayal, abandonment, or trauma. You've endured loss that left invisible scars, experiences that made you question your worth, seasons that convinced you your gift didn't matter. But here's the truth: your pain is not a sign that you're broken. It's evidence that you were being forged. What you've survived didn't disqualify you. It qualified you. Isaiah 61:3 speaks of God giving a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning. The ashes of your past are not the end of your story, they are the soil from which your purpose is rising. Every wound you've carried was shaping your empathy. Every betrayal refined your discernment. Every loss taught you what truly matters. Your suffering was not pointless, it was preparation. You weren't meant to live in that pain forever, you were meant to rise from it, transformed. But pain is not the only challenge. Chosen ones face once healing begins. Another force rises quietly: distraction. But while pain can awaken purpose, distraction is what often buries it again. The world is loud on purpose. It fills your days with noise, entertainment, comparison, toxic relationships, addictions, disguised as comfort, all designed to keep you numb and disconnected from your true self. Because when you're constantly distracted, you're not listening, you're not creating, you're not growing. You're surviving, but not living. Ephesians 5:15-16 urges us, "Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil." In other words, a time is not something to waste. Your attention is sacred. What you focus on either feeds your gift or starves it. That's why you must become intentional, Protect your energy. Say no to what drains you. Make space for silence, reflection, and truth. Your divine gift needs room to breathe, space to grow. And when you remove what doesn't serve you, the hidden power within you begins to speak clearly. It's no accident you're hearing this now. The distractions didn't win, the pain didn't bury you. You are still here, and your gift is still alive. But now comes the most important moment of all: choice. Will you stay in doubt, or will you rise into the calling that's been waiting for you? Your gift was never random. It's not a coincidence. It's not something you stumbled into. It was planted in you on purpose, for a purpose. It is the key to unlocking your highest potential, the divine force that aligns you with your destiny. But here's the truth most won't tell you. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Gifts are like fire. Neglect them and they burn out. So many people once carried the spark of greatness, but never acted on it. They silenced it with comfort, buried it in busyness, numbed it with fear. They did what was expected instead of what they were called to do. And now their light has faded, their legacy unfulfilled. Your talent is not meant to sit dormant. It is living, breathing power meant to be activated, stretched, poured out, and multiplied. Like a muscle, if you don't use it, it atrophies. The inspiration fades, the clarity dims, and one day, if you're not careful, you'll find yourself looking back, wondering what could have been if only you had believed. But it's not too late. You're still breathing. That means you still have time. Destiny is not something that happens to you. It's something you choose moment by moment by stepping into what's already inside you. So now, you've come to the edge of decision, the turning point where potential must meet action. You were never meant to stay in waiting. The power placed within you has always been yours to claim, but heaven won't force your hand. The choice is yours, to rise or remain, to activate the gift or let it fade. Many chosen ones stall here. They convince themselves there's more time, that clarity will come later, that they'll begin when they feel ready. But someday is a lie dressed in comfort. While you wait, life keeps moving. Doors don't stay open forever. And the truth is, deep down, you already know what you're meant to do. Ecclesiastes 11:4 warns, "Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap." Waiting for the perfect moment is how destiny dies quietly. And look around how many people once burned with dreams but let fear win. How many woke up one day with regret as their only companion, not because they lacked a calling, but because they never acted on it. That cannot be you. Your gift was never just about you. It was meant to touch others, to awaken, to build, to heal. Every moment you delay, someone who needs your light is left in the dark. That's the weight and beauty of being chosen. It's not just talent, it's responsibility. And yet, the world is full of noise, designed to pull you away from that purpose. Distractions that numb, fears that paralyze, lies that tell you you're not ready. But here's what most won't say. The longer you ignore the call, the louder life's wake-up calls will become. Discomfort grows when purpose is suppressed. The ache, the restlessness, the sense that something's missing, that's your soul crying out for alignment. And eventually, if you don't move, life will push you. Sometimes gently, sometimes through pain. So, move now while you still have the choice. Because once you step in, everything begins to shift. Not because the path is easy, but because it's true. The moment you commit, new doors appear. The right people show up, resources come. Your energy begins to attract what your spirit was designed to receive. But make no mistake, stepping into purpose invites resistance. You'll be questioned, judged, misunderstood. That's the cost of clarity in a confused world, but don't let it shake you. You weren't meant to fit in. You were meant to lead, to break through, to carry light where others fear to look. Galatians 1:10 asks, "Am I now trying to win the approval of human beings or of God?" You must decide, because purpose will often make you stand alone before it allows you to stand among many. And the only antidote to fear in this journey is action. You don't need the full plan, you just need to move. Start where you are. Speak if your gift is voice. Write if your gift is words. Heal if your gift is compassion. Build if your gift is vision. The key is momentum. Power flows when you step into motion. Your gift is like fire. The more you use it, the brighter it burns, the stronger it becomes. And what once felt impossible begins to unfold naturally, not without struggle, but without confusion. And don't forget, your gift is not only your freedom, it is someone else's miracle. There are lives that will never be touched unless you rise, messages that will never be heard unless you speak, healing that will never come unless you show up. Don't let insecurity rob the world of what God placed inside you. Don't let hesitation hold your legacy hostage. From this moment forward, the old version of you, the one who doubted, delayed, and disappeared, is gone. What remains is truth, power, purpose. You are aligned, you are awakened, you are ready. So, as this message comes to a close, let it not just stir your heart, let it shift your life. Because awakening isn't just about revelation, it's about response. You've been reminded of your divine gift, your hidden power, and the sacred assignment placed within you. Now the question becomes, how will you live differently from this moment forward? It doesn't have to start with something grand or dramatic. Sometimes the most powerful change begins in the smallest decisions. The quiet yes to your intuition, the courage to speak when it's easier to stay silent, the willingness to say no to distractions that steal your focus, your peace, and your calling. Make room each day to reconnect with what matters. Start your mornings with stillness and prayer before the noise of the world can reach you. Let heaven speak first. Carve out time to create, to write, to build, to serve whatever it is that helps your gift breathe. Let go of relationships that dull your light and pursue connections that call your spirit higher. If fear shows up, meet it with movement. If doubt creeps in, answer it with truth. Begin to honor your gift, not just in thought, but in action. Because your calling is not just about who you become, it's about who you impact. Your obedience may be the answer to someone else's